Today we are in Loch Ness, probably one of the most famous parts of Scotland, and we're off to explore the beautiful Urquhart Castle. And I believe it has some connections to the Grant clan, so this should be very interesting for me. And of course, like always, we're going to take all of you guys with us. Welcome to the outside of Urquhart Castle. We've just been inside watching the video about the history of the castle. Very, very fascinating. And that tower over there is known as the Grant Tower, so it has got connections to my clan. And I'm actually thinking of buying the Grant clan book before we leave. But see this structure here behind me, this big slingshot? I got a photo beside that when I was a child, and it's the only part of the castle that I can remember. So I'm excited to go inside today and explore it again. I love the size of old doors, especially the size of the keyholes. It's incredible to think how big the keys in the olden days would have been and how heavy they would have been as well. Being up here, knowing that in the olden days that my clan, the Clan Grants, would have been part of this castle and roaming around here fighting, trying to preserve it. And being here today as a patriotic Scot, it's so nice to learn about the history of that and the history of this place. And I've never felt that close to Loch Ness, but I've got to say that today that's really changing. The view here is spectacular and you get just cracking views from both ends of this gorgeous loch. And this castle really allows you to connect with it because it's right on the shore's edge and it's so, so beautiful. I mean, just look at this. Like a lot of castles in Scotland, this one had so many different things happening to it over the years. It started its life out as a Pictish fort before becoming the first castle, and after that it became a medieval fortress followed by a refuge and then a laird's residence. It's interesting to see how this place changed over the centuries, how it adapted to life as the Highlands changed and all the wars and everything happened. But it's so interesting to think about all the people that have lived here over the years and all the different things that have happened here. And what a stunning view! Do you ever go somewhere and you get that feeling inside, that instant feeling and connection like you belong there almost? You could say it's my mind playing tricks on me given that my clan's related to this place, but I feel a real sense of connection here and I'm loving it. I'm just sitting listening to the waves lapping against the castle, and just that sound is making me feel so at ease, so peaceful, so beautiful. And it's just, you know, this is the Scotland that so many people are aware of and so many people come to see. and it's a part of Scotland that I don't do much exploring in just because it is so well known and so full of tourists for the majority of the year. But it is interesting to come to these well-known places from time to time, get to know them, do a bit of exploring and just see what you're going to discover, because at the end of the day they're tourist attractions for a reason, and coming here today has proved that. It's so beautiful, it's just very Scottish, very iconic, and it feels like I've come home. So I've deliberately left the best till last. This is known as the Grant Tower, and I'm so excited to go in and see the view from the top. It's great that probably the best preserved part of this castle is still the Grant Tower. I've got to be patriotic to my clan and enjoy it. How awesome is this place? Well, I was not expecting to be transported to an underground world. This is almost like Elgin Cathedral all over again. We've got some beautiful stone carvings here. Not quite the same as Elgin Cathedral, they've not got faces and that on them, but they're still time capsules that take you back to what the stonemasonry and the work would have been like here in the olden days. I definitely don't remember this bit from when I was a child. And then you come out of that stone room to this stunning sort of balcony area overlooking the famous loch. I mean, look at this. Can you see now why Loch Ness is so famous and why it's so beautiful and why so many people come here? Just looking out into this vast loch and watching the ripples in the water, it is so peaceful and tranquil, and it's just well worth coming here to experience. And the water here always looks as dark and mysterious every time I come here, which I suppose makes sense given that there's meant to be a monster living in this loch somewhere, so legend has it. But you could imagine a mythical creature and some sort of monster living in the depths of Loch Ness, because it looks like that mysterious fantasy world that you would get in a film, a fantasy story. Blustery up here, but I love a good spiral staircase, as I've said before on this channel. Oh. And look at the view up here. 360 views of the stunning Loch Ness. Beautiful top of Grant Tower. Getting blown to pieces, but it's just stunning. Look at this. Well, that's the end of another episode. I hope you've enjoyed our tour around Urquhart Castle. We're off now to the shop to buy that Grant clan book so I can learn more about my clan, and I'll probably speak to you all about it in the next episode. So if you want to find out more about the Grant clan or the clan systems here in Scotland, tune in next time and I'll hopefully see you all then.